We're gonna make some chicken today. Don't worry, this knife is... Actually, I'm gonna clean this knife, 1 second. Okay, back to shenanigans. We are going to gently... I don't have a stand for this, so this is gonna be super risky. Yeah, we're just gonna cut it so then we can finish the rest of that. There we go. We got it open. And next we've got our butter, salt, pepper, and garlic powder. This thing is very poofy, so I'm going to have to open that off camera because it is a struggle. So we're going to start with opening this thing, and we're just going to slap it right into this pan right here. I'm just going to put that on low so then it nicely melts but doesn't explode. So let's start with melting the butter. And while I'm waiting for the butter to melt, got this open because this lid is very sealed. Isn't it beautiful? This is going to turn into garlic butter chicken. Melt away, and while it's melting, you might as well just coat the whole pan because you're going to use the whole pan. That's how making chicken works. Beauty. There's beauty in buttering your pan. Always remember that. We might put the chicken in here a lot sooner just because of the amount of butter we're working with, and then that way we can just slowly mix it in. So this, there, this, and there, and this, and there. I'm going to stop. All right, we got the chicken in. You might be wondering, where's the packaging? In this house, we clean as we go. Now, let's get ourselves a lovely little spatula. And I like using a softer spatula because you may have seen it at the beginning of the video, but it is scratched up. So we're going to stir this chicken up so then it gets all nice and buttered, because we want the butter to coat that. And you might be wondering, Fang, why the heck are you not like flipping it around until now? It's because I have a secret ingredient that is very helpful for resolving this. What we're going to do is we're going to apply the salt. I'm going to not use my camera as my eyes. I'm going to use this. And I'm salting the daylights out of it because it's going to take quite a bit out. And I am a salt fiend. We're going to pepper the daylights out of it. We're going to pepper it up. And then we are going to go with the garlic powder. I have mixed feelings about the really soft, powdery garlic powder, but at the same time, oops, guess who forgot to close the window? It's me. Now we're gonna mix this baby up. I'm trying to get the garlic powder to either leave, and don't worry, we're gonna clean this up. In this household, we clean as we go. I think I already said that. But look at that, it's a beauty. Absolute beauty. Now you might be wondering, okay, well, how are we going to cook this all the way through without burning sides of it? I'll tell you a little secret. A lid. We're going to use a lid. And I've got the perfect little pot lid right there. And as you can see, it's nice. It's got the two little holes right there for steam. I'm just going to gently place it on there, and we're going to wait for a bit. We're going to check, we're going to stir occasionally, stir it up, and eventually we will have perfectly cooked chicken. Now what you do in between the stirring, I'll show you when we get to the next part. Hang on. Something to keep in mind, if you want to take a lid off of a pot, you get one of these pot holders. You can get them like at Walmart or wherever there are department stores. Look at that steam. You kind of shake off, get a little bit of the condensation, and we gently place it down so then that way we have access to it later. And we just... And you might be wondering, did you switch hands? Yes, I did. And as you can see, you might not be able to tell, but there still is a little pink, which means this is not done yet. This is not done. However, I am a little concerned about the rate at which we are steaming. So we're just going to turn this down ever so slightly, just a little slightly, so then we give it a little bit of time to cook the inside. And one of the things that I like to do whenever I'm cooking chicken like this is I take the spatula and I just stab into it. Now see how it didn't chop in half? You know it's done when it chops in half easily. This one was a little easier, which means it's pretty close to done. Now, there's still a little pink in there, which means this ain't ready yet. So we are going to pop this lid back on and wait for a bit. All right, here we go. We're a little bit later. I turned down the temperature because I needed to take care of something real quick. And as you can see, we've kind of simmered down. We're kind of just going nice and slow with the cooking. Really trying to get that butter and the garlic powder. It smells like garlic in the house, but my nose is destroyed, so I can't smell it as strongly. I have opened a window. You will not be allowed to see outside the window. All right, we're gonna pick on this little chunk of meat right here. We're just gonna chop that sucker in half. I'm just gonna lightly turn it. I think we're getting to the point where I'm not quite sure that it's done, but I have a feeling that it's done, but I don't want to burn it. So here's what we do when we're not sure. And this also works if you're kind of colorblind. This only took a few minutes, but this is one thing that you can be sure of if you are a little bit colorblind. Here's what you do. You take the lid and you put it back on. I'm doing this one-handed. This is also pretty dangerous just in general when you only have two hands. Like, let me just flip this. Sometimes you do what you gotta do. Just gently place that on top, and then we're just gonna turn off the burner. Now what's that gonna do for us? It's just gonna ensure that we are still cooking. The lid keeps the heat in and keeps it cooking longer, and then that way, as it slowly cooks through, it'll end up like cooking through the meat. It'll still cook, but it won't risk of burning it, and I will just sit and wait for a while it cools down. If I smell something crispy, that's on me. It'll give a chance to like cook internally, but also like not burn. Because we don't want to burn the outside without cooking the inside, because that sucks. You can do that with marshmallows, no problem. You can like burn the marshmallow on the outside and have it a little bit softer on it, like a little bit more, like not that on the inside, but you can't do that with chicken. But you also do not want to uncook chicken or undercook chicken, because with raw chicken, you know, salmonella poisoning and all that stuff. Also keep in mind, I probably put it in the video before, wash your hands after handling raw meat, because you can get yourself sick. And also just, it's good food safety and handling. And also before you even handle raw meat, wash your hands, because you might have germs on your little hands. Because actually, we're not going to set off the germaphobes today, but if you know, you know. You know, you know. If you don't know, that's okay. You don't want to know. So let's continue the waiting game. Get off the stove. Sin. Anyway, let's wait. We're back to high heat again because I didn't trust how the chicken looked at that moment. 1 second. I'm going to burn my hand real quick here. Actually, I'm going to use my eyes instead of my viewfinder. Now we're getting crispy. We're getting that lovely golden brown. You know what? Go for the golden brown. I'd say go for the golden brown. Be patient with things. Obviously, the colors are going to look slightly different compared to where you see on your monitors. But yeah, this is what we are going for. Hello, sunshine. Just going to chop this baby. Oh, heck yeah. Yeah. Yeah, when you can chop it, you're good. You're good. So it did take a little bit longer to like crisp it up and everything, but once I was done, once we had that golden brown going on, I took it off the stove with it still covered. Obviously, I've taken off the lid, and I've had a little piece or two. I'm going to grab a second one. You're not going to get to see me eat it. Delicious. Yeah. Don't give this to your vampire friends, okay? Because this is garlicked up the wazoo. Salt, pepper, garlic. That's pretty much the basic of what you need. You can add basil. You can add other spices if you want more spicy chicken. Go nuts. Go crazy. If you use paprika, though, you are going to smell paprika forever in the house. Open the window. Trust me. But we are done. Look at it. It's beautiful. You compare it with white rice. You compare it with Alfredo noodles, which is any sort of pasta noodles with Alfredo sauce. I don't have any pasta recommendation. Actually, I do. Bow tie noodles with Alfredo sauce. Peak. Delicious. Just right. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for watching.